Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to go to a country I've not been to for quite some time, and that is back to Latvia, and take a look at one of their single meal rations. So let's get this on a table and see what this pack contains. And as you can see, I now have here on the table this Latvian Army field ration, the N.R.1, so the menu 1. It does actually tell you the contents in Latvian and in English, and the contents of this one is chicken with rice and a whole load of other ingredients. There is a simple black plastic bag, not overly strong, not as strong as some of the other military ones. The writing was written on by the vendor. Hope it's not swear word. I can't quite know. I don't know what that says, but I hope it's not swearing in Latvian. So no easy open tear strip. We should just go straight for my old friend, and we'll just cut it across the top here and see what this Latvian ration actually contains. Now, hopefully it continues in the English as well. It looks like it's all in Latvian, so this one must be the chicken with rice, the large mains. I might need to read down. It looks like there is some raisins, some dried fruit, raisins and dried sweetened cranberries, so partly in English, partly not. There is a recognisable pot of strawberry jam. We have a little stove containing 4 little fuel tabs, a box of matches and a little folding disposable stove there. We also have what looks like another pot of jam, so apricot jam and strawberry jam. We have a small accessory pack which we shall have a better look at when we eat the main meal. It looks like there is a lot of coffees, 4 coffees, some gum, spoon and sugar and various other items, but we'll have a proper look at that as we go. We also have some citric slices, so it feels like some dried fruit maybe, something is certainly dried in there. And we have a rice porridge, recognise that from the previous ration, that's rice porridge. And last but not least, there is a portion of rye bread. So this is the contents of this Latvian field ration, the N.R.1. So let's get these out on a tray and see what they look and taste like. And so, as you can see, I now have the contents of this Latvian N.R.1 laid out on the tray, and I've tried to prepare the rice and chicken as it would be intended. This did come with a little stove to put underneath the tin, so what I've done is I've actually fried the main dish and allowed it to actually scorch a little bit. From experience, I know every time you try and cook in these tins you always get a little scorched bit on the bottom, so I've done that. It's in the dish. Obviously the plate is just to keep it warm, so I've prepared it the best way that I can. I think you need to look at the accessory pack now. There is a simple looking spoon there, which we will need. So we will need the spoon. There is also 2 large 20-gram packs of sugar. Sounds like an awful lot of sugar. I don't think I'll be needing all of those. There is 4 Nescafe coffees. Oops. 4 Nescafe coffee sticks. Obviously the Latvians enjoy strong coffee. There is a lemon fresh wet nap. There is a green tea, citrus green tea. And finally a stick of spearmint power gum. So I think looking at this, I'll certainly try the green tea. Now, nearly everyone around the world, I'm sure, has had Nescafe coffee. It's a half decent instant coffee, not overly bitter. I think it's quite a decent brand. So I think most people have had a Nescafe coffee, so I won't be sampling that. And there is 4 sticks. I can use that on my camping, but I will certainly be trying the green tea citrus. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start making the citrus green tea. So we just the standard bag that we're all used to now. Sometimes these come off, sometimes they don't. I've noticed with these Liptons a lot of the time the little strings rip the bag, so it is just a simple tea bag, and we'll give that about half a mug. Always like to do about half a mug just to give it the best chance of flavour. I like to give all of these rations the best chance of liking them, so we'll just give that a little agitation with the handle of the spoon and let it just do its thing. Now the next thing, it also needs a bit of preparation, and it needs a few minutes, just 8 minutes, is this rice porridge with mushrooms. It just calls for 100 millilitres of hot water, leave it for 8 minutes and then eat. So I'm going to bring in another little bowl, and I'm just going to pour this rice porridge in there. This is rice porridge with mushroom. You can see there's 1 or 2 little green flecks in there also, a little bit of onion possibly, mushrooms, and we'll just cover that with what I would think is about right, just about covering the 100 millilitres isn't a lot. We can always add, we can't take away, so that still might be too much, but we'll leave it to sit and do what it needs to do. We'll also won't need the sugar yet, so let's move that to one side. So I'll have a look at these raisins and cranberries. It says raisins and sweetened cranberries. So I'll bring in my old trusty friend to help with the packet there. These just look like the standard dried fruits that you can get everywhere. I'm going to empty a couple of those out. Large bag, don't need to empty the bag just for demonstration. So we'll just have a couple, as you can see. Nice large packet, plenty there just to try. We also have some of these citrus slices. I think these are just candies, so we'll just have a little look there. Oh, just that, a packet of little different flavoured sweets. That's the first time I've seen one of these in the Latvian rations. That's a nice little treat there. So there is 2, 4, 6 little candies, hard candies. We are going to need to have a look at the rye bread. There's 2 pieces of rye bread, not very well vacuum sealed. It's just sealed, not vacuumed. So hopefully they have survived well. Very crumbly. There's two pieces that came apart nicely, so 2 pieces of rye bread. We have 2 jams, a strawberry jam. They look quite bashed and quite battered, but we shall just open those. So there's the strawberry jam, a basic looking jam there. I think I'll put that there. And this one is the apricot jam. Again, it looks quite dry, a large circular clump, looks like it's shrunk. Makes me wonder if that might have been the one that we're leaking. It's shrunk in size. And last but not least, we'll have a look at this rice and chicken. Now, as I said, I have actually fried this to replicate cooking it in the tin, and as such I have actually allowed it to burn a little bit here and there, a little bit of scorching, because you always get scorching if you cook in the tin. So I need to just bring in a US MRE spoon just to help agitate this green tea, and I'm going to take the bag out now. I can smell lemon in there. There is a lemon smell. I should have had long enough to infuse. So first off, without adding any sugar, we'll have a look at this green citrus tea. Very gentle background lemon sort of flavour. It's very difficult to say it's lemon. It might even be a slight orange hint there. Certainly a bit of citrus background flavour. Difficult to say which. I'm going to add a little bit of this sugar. It does seem a little bit nondescript, so best guess about a teaspoon of sugar there. So there is 2 large packs, obviously for the coffee as well. Let's try this again. So a bit of sugar added. Can't say it's done a lot to lift. It is a simple, easy-going, flavoured hot drink. Cannot say it's the most intense flavoured hot drink I've had. Very light background flavour of little citrus, maybe even orange citrus. Very difficult to tell what, whether it's orange, lemon, but it's that sort of flavour. It's a very simple, uninspiring, unexciting, but it is a warm flavoured drink. Okay, so I think what I need to do, that might need a few more minutes, the rice porridge, and I'll just use that spoon to get that another stir. That seems to be rehydrating what I think would be correctly. So I think I'm going to go straight to the mains. So this is chicken and rice. It has been fried to simulate, as I keep saying, to simulate cooking on a stove in the tin. So there is large pieces of chicken, there is obviously rice, it looks like there is some carrot maybe, or a little bit of tomato. There's something in there that's orange, I think it might be carrot. This dish is very hot, it's burning my hands. So let's have a taste of the whole dish. Very simplistic flavours. The chicken is well cooked, doesn't require any chewing. It is soft. You could eat that even you had dentures or no poor dental hygiene. Doesn't need a lot of chewing. The rice is well cooked. Certainly has flavour. Salt, pepper. There is a small herb background hint, but very little else. It feels like salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of herbs, maybe a little bit of basil, chicken, rice, carrots. Nice, tasty, easy to eat, easy to chew, filling, enjoyable, simplistic dish. And I think I was right to fry it the way I fried it. Very nice, very tasty, very enjoyable. I think what I want to do now is I'm going to try the rice porridge with mushrooms. So the grains look like they've reconstituted nicely. There is still the green flecks in there. A little bit of dark fleck, that must be the mushroom. So let's have a taste of this. Again, very simplistic flavours. There is a hint of garlic in there. If it isn't garlic, it's onion powder. Onion stroke garlic is in there. The herbs could be chives, dried chives. It has that sort of oniony flavour. To be honest, I would say it's more of an onion, garlic stroke chive flavour than the mushroom. Cannot taste the mushroom. The rice grains have reconstituted nicely. Let's try a little bit together. So let's mix the two together. Excuse fingers there. So a bit of the chicken and rice and the rice porridge. I'm not sure if they are meant to go together like that, but they do complement each other very well. It does make a very pleasing combination. So the two together makes a very pleasing, very enjoyable combination. Both lift each other's flavours, whether it's intended, excuse me, speaking of a mouthful, whether it's intended to mix together or not, it does mix well. and certainly that's the way I shall be eating the rest of the dish as a mixed dish. Their flavours massively complement each other and really make both dishes much more palatable. That's onion stroke garlic flavour mixed with the chicken and rice really complement each other, turn it into a very nice enjoyable meal. Just have a refresh my palate. Moving on to the rye bread. Now, I'm not a fan of rye bread. It's not my favourite thing. We don't tend to eat a lot of it here in the UK. It's very hard to find, but it's quite dry. 2 pieces, very dark. Okay. Very dry, very thirst provoking. It's got that dark, malty taste, deep malty taste that you associate with rye bread. In the UK, we have a similar sort of bread called malt loaf. There is a brand called Saurine. It's very much like that in flavour, but that in the UK does have things like not carrots, has raisins and sultanas in it, where this is just the plain malty background bread. For me, I wouldn't say it's a bread that is good to go with the main dishes. Other people might disagree, but I do think it would go with the jam. I'm running out of utensils here. I think I'm just going to pick in a little Russian one, a little Russian spoon. Taste of the strawberry jam first. Very basic jam. Difficult to actually taste the fruit, which fruit it is. Obviously a red berry. Very difficult to say it was strawberry, but it is a sweet taste. I'm throwing it on my table. Let's try a little bit on the rye bread, because I think that would be the best option for this rye bread. Yeah. For me, that is the best combination for the rye bread. The rye bread is very dry, very firm. The slight addition of the jam makes it a bit more palatable. Let's just also try the apricot jam. There was something sticky in the packet, and this does look like it's shrunk, so I'm beginning to wonder if the apricot jam had a little bit of a puncher. But it does just taste okay. Doesn't taste rancid. Not as flavoursome in my opinion as the strawberry jam. So again, we'll just try a little bit on the rye bread. Really again, nice bit of sweetness. Does go well on the rye bread. Move over to one side, and again, refresh my palate. The lemon tea, or the citrus tea, is a nice palate cleanser. Not a lot of flavour, but it does cleanse the palate. We'll have a look at the raisins and cranberries. Now the sweetened cranberries and raisins, we'll just try them together. Very dry. I know it's dried fruit, so it might sound an odd statement, but normally raisins, cranberries have a little bit of moisture to them, a slight stickiness to them. These have lost that. I think they're starting to age. They're very dry. They are dried fruits, perfectly edible, perfectly okay. Just don't seem to have that slight moisture that a lot of dried fruits have. But that said, it's still a sweet addition. Certainly nothing wrong with them. Just a little drier than what most people I think would expect. And that could just be being in the packet for how long it's been there. Again, another palate cleanser. And finally, 3 candies, 6 candies, 3 flavours. I'll just pick one of the flavours to try. I think I'll try the orange. Obviously I'd assume I said lemon and maybe strawberry or raspberry, but I'll try one of the orange. Won't need to try all 3 flavours. They are little hard candies, hard sweets, in the shape of little orange segments. Not the most flavoursome orange candy or sweet I've had. It is there. It does take a bit of time to get the flavour come through. Some sweets, some candies, the moment you pop them in your mouth, you can taste the citrus flavours, citrus oils. These don't. They are good sweet. They are hard boiled. If you had good strong teeth, you could crunch them. But if you haven't, they're the sort of sweet that you just suck until they dissolve in your mouth. For that purpose, perfectly adequate. Very nice just to have a little sweet in your mouth as you're marching along, walking along, doing whatever it is you have to do with a mouth cleanser. One last thing, have a look at the Spearmint Power Gum. Again, my hands are a little bit sticky, so I'm going to need to use the wet nap, but for now I'm just bringing my old friend just to help with that. So this is not the easiest thing to open, but that is just because my hands are a little bit sticky. The gum is a small stick. Let's have a little taste. Firm gum. Not the most flavoured. Slight background mint flavour, but it's very poor flavour in the mint. Feels like a coarse gum. Feels like it's a tooth cleansing gum. As you chew it, you can feel it scrubbing the sides of your teeth. So it's probably a form of dental gum to help clean your teeth after eating. But it's gum, not very flavoursome in mint, but if it's meant to scrub your teeth, you can certainly feel it doing that. It is scrubbing your teeth. It is a firm gum that's rubbing the teeth. So if it's for that purpose, it's serving its purpose. Just not overly exciting with the mint flavours. And last but not least, getting a bit messy, rice grains everywhere. Have a look at this lemon fresh wipe. So as the name suggests, I should imagine there is that lemon detergent smell. It's a woven paper, quite strong. It's a good strong paper, quite moist, nice moisture. I don't know if you see glistening there, lots of moisture. This is a good cleaning wipe. You can see, I think the light's picking it up. It's very wet, very moist, slight lemon smell, strong. The smell soon goes. The smell's gone. You do need to rub your hands together to get rid of the moisture. It's not quick evaporating, but the smell has gone, and certainly feel like they've had a good clean. So overall, nice, tasty, filling, enjoyable mains. Plenty of sweetness to finish off your meal. So overall, a nice, enjoyable field ration. So I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.